Shalom, family. I'm going to turn on some music to let more people in. So just bear with me. Shalom, family. Shalom. I'm going to make this brief but sweet. Okay. So, look like Derek Chauvin days of appealing have come to an end. Okay. Once it reaches the Supreme Court and gets rejected, that's it. That's it. So he took his case all the way there. They wouldn't even listen to it. What they did to him is exactly what they did to Amber Geiger. Her case also made it all the way up to the Supreme Court and it got rejected. You know what the problem is, y'all? These folks really, truly believe they should not be punished for the murders they have committed against our people. They really think there should be no recompense, no punishment. They should be out of jail and free to live their life. They really truly believe this. Okay. So I'm glad they rejected his appeal. He didn't deserve it anyway. He never deserved that appeal. So let's get into this briefly. This just came out not long ago. Supreme Court won't hear Derek Chauvin's appeal in murder of George Floyd. So the Supreme Court on Monday declined to hear former police officer Derek Chauvin's appeal for his conviction for the 2020 murder of George Floyd, which galvanized mass protests that summer against police brutality and racism against Black Americans. Chauvin's attorneys argued that his client was denied a fair trial in 2021 after the court rejected his request for change of venue and to sequester the jury. The extensive pretrial publicity and protest in the area would have affected jurors' decision, the petition stated. No, the only thing that would have affected the jurors' decision was the actual video, okay, where he stared right into the camera as he was pressing down on George Floyd's neck with his knee. They didn't need to be influenced by anything else. This was particularly true here when the jurors themselves had a vested interest in finding Mr. Chauvin guilty in order to avoid further rioting in the community in which they live and possible threat of physical harm to them or their families. Stated the petition, which was filed last month, local media saturated the community with literally daily coverage of regarding Mr. Chauvin. The Supreme Court denied the request with no comment. Chauvin's attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Neil Katyal, the attorney representing Minnesota, applauded the decision. We are very pleased that the Supreme Court has rejected Derek Chauvin's appeal. So, this is acting Solicitor General to the United States that made that comment. Floyd, a Black man who died in May of 2020 after Chauvin, a white man, pressed on his knee on Floyd's neck for more than 9 minutes. The video captured the scene of Floyd gasping and pleading and saying, "I can't breathe," ignited vast unrest across the country. Nearly a year later, a 12-member Hennepin County jury found Chauvin guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and manslaughter. He was sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison, and he needs to shut the hell up and serve his time. That's what he needs to do. And stop whining about a crime you literally committed. Okay? In your case, you really did commit this crime. So this year, Minnesota Appeals Court rejected Chauvin's petition for a new trial. Minnesota Court of Appeals dismissed Chauvin's argument with intense media publicity, along with other issues, had hindered his right to a fair trial. Minnesota Supreme Court in July refused to review the appeals court decision. Chauvin is separately appealing his conviction on federal civil rights charges, stating that new evidence show he didn't cause Floyd's death. Yeah, good luck with that one, Derek. Derek Chauvin, 47, is incarcerated at a federal prison in Tucson. He's in Arizona. I can't believe he is still trying to say he did not cause the death of George Floyd. And we all witnessed this man lynching him right on the video. But he got just what he deserved. He got exactly what he deserved. They rejected his appeal without even listening to his case. Amber Geiger pulled the same stunt, trying to say that what she did was self-defense. You did self-defense in an apartment that was not yours. Okay. And she got rejected by the Supreme Court. They threw her case out without listening to it. I don't know why these murderous cops are allowed to tie up court time at all. It shouldn't even be allowed. It should not be allowed. Derek Chauvin needs to shut up and serve his time. Stop whining. If you didn't do what you did that day to George Floyd, you would be a free man right now, still on the police force choking out other people, because we know you did this multiple times. George Floyd just happened to be the one that died. No, he shouldn't be allowed to sit here and appeal. He's wasting money and time. That's all this man is doing. Okay, he didn't have no problem openly lynching George Floyd. So now he should not have any time sitting his dusty ass up in the prison. Nobody cares about this man. He can rot in there as far as I'm concerned. So that's all I wanted to bring y'all. Bring you up to speed on what has happened to Derek Chauvin. Now, he's on the federal level talking about he did not cause the death of George Floyd. You know, if that's the kind of stuff he's going to put in his appeal, he shouldn't be allowed to do it. I wish they would resentence him and just give him life. So, y'all, that's all I had to say. Please enjoy the rest of your night and be on the lookout for my videos for tomorrow. And hey, look, y'all, I take pleasure in letting you know that Derek Chauvin has failed at the Supreme Court level. Shalom, family.